Hi, welcome to E21 Go Sports. I'm Ethan Durant, and today we'll be talking about Kevin Durant, the NBA Finals, Kawhi Leonard, and DeMar DeRozan. Kevin Durant is out for Game 3. Steve Kerr said about it is Kevin is going to get on the floor at the practice facility later today, but he did not get on the floor here. He was there for our film session and for some treatment, but we'll be getting some work in this afternoon. So he's out for Wednesday, game 1, but game 3, but improving, and we'll just keep updating you when we have something. Thompson is questionable for game 3. He said it'll be a game time decision. But for me personally, it would be hard to see me not playing. Hopefully, I'll feel much better tomorrow and go for tip off. He also said, obviously, I would do anything I can to be out there, but it's all in their hands. If there's any pain, it's a no-go, just because of the position we're in. This could be a longer series, so there's no point in trying to go out there and re-aggravate it and potentially keep myself out of the whole series, the whole entire finals, instead of just one game. He said about the pain is, I think it's just when I have to stop on a dime or make hard cuts. That's when you feel it most. But if I can just be out there even at 80%, I think I could be very effective. But I'll do whatever I can to get that full 100. But if not, I'll still be out there and trying to do what I can to help my team win. The Warriors won game 2 versus the Raptors 109-104. Stephen Curry had 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. He shot 3 of 10 from 3, which was struggling as he barely made a 3 in the first half, where he usually makes a 3-pointer, where he's made a 3-pointer in every half, at least one 3-pointer in every half of the finals. Klay Thompson had a really good game. He had 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Draymond Green keeps having good games with a near triple double of 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. DeMarcus Cousins had 11 points in 28 minutes, which was a huge step up from game 9 where game 1 where he only had 9 minutes. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Kawhi Leonard had 34 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. Kyle Lowry had 13 points, 13 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Pascal Siakam took a big turn from last game where he only had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. As we move on to our next, speaking of Kawhi Leonard, we move on to our next subject, where Kawhi Leonard filed a lawsuit against Nike over his claw logo. The lawsuit says in 2011, just after being drafted to the NBA, Kawhi Leonard authored a unique logo that included elements that were meaningful and unique to him. Leonard traced his notably large hand, and inside the hand drew stylized versions of his initials KL and the number that he had worn for much of his career, 2. The drawing Leonard authored as an extension and continuation of drawings he had been creating since early in his college career. It continued to read, several years later, a part of an endorsement deal with Nike, Leonard allowed Nike to use certain merchandise, the logo he created, while Leonard continued to use the logo on non-Nike goods. Unbeknownst to Leonard, and without his consent, Nike filed an application for copyright registration of his logo and falsely represented in the application that Nike had authored the logo. Kawhi Leonard spoke to reporters ahead of Game 3. He said about it, it happened a long time ago. You guys are just finding out. Not a big worry of mine. Lawsuit goes on to say that Leonard intends to use the claw on various capacities, including clothing lines like footwear, and in connection with sports camp and charity functions. But Nike has objected to doing so. Leonard therefore wants to regain control of the logo, which he created while he was a part of the Jordan's brand stable of athletes. Since then, Kawhi Leonard has become a shoe free agent before eventually signing a deal with New Balance earlier this season. In theory, the whole lawsuit would just give him the rights to use it in charity camps and for New Balance to use it. That's what it does. And Yeah, moving on to our next thing. DeMar DeRozan, he said that he is the sacrificial lamb in the Raptors climb. DeMar DeRozan says, "I don't think I even said this. I probably said it to my own inner circle, but if it wasn't for all those years and groundwork that I did before then, none of them things that would be possible. Yes, I fought, I sacrificed, I pushed the limits where I had to become the sacrificial lamb. You just have to sit back and understand, like, you're the reason so many things are even possible." He said, DeRozan was traded to the Raptors was traded from the Raptors to the Spurs last season, a blockbuster deal that brought Kawhi Leonard to Toronto. He continued to say, to their credit, the Raptors probably felt like it was time to see what we could get to make the next jump. He also said more hurt because being invested from 19 to 28, everything you learned from there, everything you gained was from there. So that was going to be like when you least expect it, just throws you off guard. You're human at the end of the day, and it definitely hits you. He said about the finals, "I'm rooting for my best friend to do well, to accomplish something that we tried to do all those years, and he has the opportunity to do it. All the guys on the team, that's what I'm rooting for." DeMar DeRozan averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6.2 assists in his first season with the Spurs, who lost to the Denver Nuggets in round 1. Thanks for listening to E21 Go Sports. As always, I'm Easton Durant. If you'd like to listen to more episodes, you can go to wherever you get your podcast and search up E21 Go Sports. Also, with Anchor, you can now send us voice messages to be played on the podcast. So do that to send us opinions about certain segments and what you want us to talk about. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at E21Go Sports. Thank you.